Chapter 3. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is regarded as one of America's greatest heroes due to his incredible impact on the nation and his unique appeal. This is a remarkable story of a person and his journey from humble beginning to achieve the highest office in the USA. The story and its characters concentrate on this fact. The doorbell rang loudly. Ding dong, ding dong. Manini ran to the door and greeted her father with a warm hug. She smiled from ear to ear and chirped, "Daddy, you're back very early today." Harjeet gave a pat on her back and said, "We are going for a movie." "What a surprise! Which movie?" Harjeet smiled and said, "Lincoln." "Oh, I clearly remember the Oscar Award ceremony on TV. The actor who played the role of Lincoln won an award." "You are right. Daniel Day-Lewis acted as Lincoln and won the award for the best actor." "Okay, Daddy. When should we leave for the movie?" "The show begins at 7 p.m. We still have 3 hours to go." Manini's mother, Meena, looked surprised. "What a surprise to see you back from office so early. I'll get some tea and biscuits." Harjeet looked up and said, "That would be great. Let's all go for Lincoln. We will leave at 6 p.m. Meena nodded. "That's fine. It must be a very good movie." As Meena went to the kitchen, Manini held her father's hand. "Daddy, please tell me about Lincoln." Harjeet sat down comfortably on a chair and said, "Well, let me begin by saying that Abraham Lincoln was one of the greatest leaders of America. He was the 16th President of the United States from 1861 to 1865. Manini bent forward and said, "Daddy, was his father also a president?" "No, he wasn't. In fact, Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin in Kentucky to Thomas Lincoln and Nancy Hanks Lincoln. He had an elder sister and a younger brother who died in infancy. The Lincolns moved from Kentucky to Indiana due to some land problems in 1817. They made a living by hunting and farming on a small plot of land. When Abraham was 9 years old, his mother passed away. After a few months, his father remarried. Abraham's stepmother was a strong and affectionate woman named Sarah Bush Johnson. She had 3 children of her own. Abraham Lincoln grew close to her and she encouraged him to read. Manini looked shocked and said, "Do you mean to say that he never went to school?" "He was mainly self-educated. He received formal education for just about 18 months, maybe a few days or weeks at a time. You will be amazed to know that he was very fond of reading. He would often walk miles to borrow books from others," said his neighbors. "What kind of books did he like to read?" "He read all the popular books at that time, such as Aesop's Fables, Robinson Crusoe, Pilgrim's Progress, and of course, the family Bible." Later, the family shifted to Illinois. Abraham was often called by his nickname, Honest Abe. He was tall and thin, but he was strong. He would often cut wood with an axe and was good at it. At Illinois, he worked as a shopkeeper, a postmaster, and even a general store owner as years passed. He soon became popular in the area. But how did he become the president of such a big country like the United States? Asked Manini. You see, continued Harjeet, he got involved in political activities and opposed slavery very strongly. He also practiced law. He struggled a lot throughout, but he never gave up. Finally, he was elected president in 1861 and re-elected after his first term as president. Meanwhile, Meena came in with a cup of tea and biscuits. She said, "How do you remember all the details so clearly?" Harjeet took a sip and said, "You see, I read his biography. I remember reading that he was the first important political figure who suggested that women should also have the right to vote. He supported women's rights." Manini and Meena exclaimed, "Wow, that was great." He was assassinated in April 1865 by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theatre, Washington, D.C. Wilkes Booth was a supporter of slavery. The world mourned Lincoln's death. Manini said, "Truly, he was a great leader. Daddy, now I will really enjoy the movie as you have told me a lot about Abraham Lincoln." Harjeet merely looked at her. "Remember all that I told you about this great man. He rose in life because of his own determination and perseverance.